Good afternoon, welcome. It's Anna here, and today it is time to do a flip through of this lovely journal that I recently finished. It's in landscape, as you can see, and that is for me a bit unusual, but I had so much fun working in this journal. And let's start by measuring her. I have fondly been calling her Lady in Red because of the beautiful dress of the woman on the front. The measurements are 9 1/4 by 7 3/4, and it has a spine that is 3/4 of an inch. So this journal is made out of a book that was published in 1972, so it's not very old, but it was about Sweden during the 18th century, so some of it is still in here. It has 5 signatures and a total of 120 pages. It has been sewn in with a 5-hole pamphlet stitch, and it has a hidden hollowback spine. On the front I have put this reproduction of an old master's painting, and I have backed it on some craft paper. I have inked around it, and I have used these corner protectors to add some extra dimension. And these were originally silver, so I have first painted them with a gold pen, and then I used alcohol inks to make them look a bit rusty and vintage, and I really like the effect. The spine has been covered with some fabric, and this is Stamperia fabric. It's just to give it extra strength and make it look a bit prettier. On the back I have done my usual little collage with some labels, and as you can see, she has a permanent bookmark. I didn't do any closure on this one. It's not easy on a landscape journal, but you can always put one in if you like. So let's start the flip through. I said she had 120 pages, yes. The end papers are left as were, so these are the original end papers of the journal, of the book. I have sewn the signatures in this beautiful vintage fabric with roses in soft pinks and beige and grey. This is the original first page to the book, and I did a little collaging here with a vintage leather, and on top of it a frame that I cut off another master's painting, and then I added this fussy cut lady with a fashion from the 1800s, and this was cut out of a fashion magazine. And here it says it was published in 1972. Could add some vintage tape there, I think. Maybe I should do that while I have you guys with me. And it is not vintage, it is brand spanking new. It's just that I have made it look vintage. So now we have mended that little tear. We have tea dyed paper. And here is a book page from the 1920s, and it is a book about flowers. And here I have added the first pocket, and this is just, I have sewn on a transparency with some butterflies on, and I think that's really pretty. Inside the pocket I have this little booklet that I made out of a envelope, and I have just sewn around it. I have sewn in the little signature, and I added a Tim Holtz couple up on top of it. Here we can see that it is a botanical book. We have a tab up here, and this is from a copybook. We have a small folio from a that didn't say the year, early 1900s I think it was, a small magazine. We have some craft paper that has been extended with this folio that is a French book page. And we have a tab there, which means it can flip open. So this is fun. So we have the whole folio, and here we have another book folio that opens up. You can journal on here. Is everything in frame? Yes, it is. You can journal on here, and it is also a pocket. I put this tag that I made out of a collage masterboard thingy. So that goes in there, and that closes, and that flips. So that's quite fun. Here we have a little collage with a label and some Tim Holtz gentlemen. And as you can see over here, you have washi tape, and that means that something is flipped out on the other side. So we're gonna move the journal this way. Lots of moving today. Here we have a lovely image. It's the view from Dr. Bergström's villa towards Tel Aviv in Jönköping. So really pretty. This is from around the turn of the century. And you can journal all the way back here. Lots of journaling space. We have the back of the small signature with Friherre Rappe was his name. More of the copybook, more of the botanical book. Here we have extended the tea-dyed paper with something that has been backed with packing paper, and it is a lovely photo with two men and their dog, and he stole someone's hat. Here I have done a bit of distressing and stenciling. I have sewn on a pocket. No, I didn't sew it on, I glued it on. This pocket is made out of wrapping paper that I gessoed, not gessoed, I put Mod Podge on it, so it's really thick now, and then I have sewn all around it. And inside the pocket we have a vintage photo from Moscow. It says Mokba. So that's interesting. Love the colors here. Lots of writing space, another extended piece of tea-dyed paper, and here we have a receipt that has just been folded up, and I put a Tim Holtz photo strip there for with a clip. I clipped it in. Here is another page from the original text block, and I did a bit of collaging with this old spine liner, a calendar from 1972, which was the year that the book was originally published, and a lovely stamp with Wisławska Szymborska. She is a Nobel Prize winner in 1996 of literature, I believe. More French book page, 1831. We have some dotted paper from a bullet journal. Here we have a ledger. You can see something is up here that has been stamped on, and also stamped here, and that is the flip up. So you can journal on both sides of that. In the center here we have a double pocket. This is just a label I put on. Inside the pocket is one of my little cards with extra journaling space. You can journal all the way around here. And you can also put something hidden in that little pocket if you like. So that's fun. In the center is a lovely image from the year 1900. I have a book about the year 1900, and this is a flower festival in the Botanical Gardens in Regent's Park in London. On this side is another little label and another tag that I made. And I think that is quite, I love the colors together here. Here's a tiny flip you can extend if you like, or rip off. The back of the bullet journal paper, I did a little bit of stamping there as well. And the back of the French book page from 1831. This is an image from the original text block. It is the harbor of Gävle. And on this side we have the new theater in Gävle, which is a Swedish city. We have more coffee dyed paper. And this is Brahus, which is a ruin on the top of a mountain in Gränna, which is, and here is the island Visingsö. And this is my hoods. I grew up not far from here. And on this side we have the Church of Kalmar. Beautiful. It's like an Italian Baroque church from 1682. More tea-dyed paper. And as I said, we have a permanent bookmark. We have a bit of a doily. And of course we have to have some music. And I did a bit of collaging here with an image of a flower, a little label, and a Tim Holtz girl. And on this side we have a pocket, and that's just an envelope that was quite battered up, and I battered it up some more, glued it together, and inked it, and now it's a pocket with this journaling card that I made in one of my Use It or Lose It's. And she peeks out there. This is one of my eco-dyed cards. I believe this is a lilac. And on this side we have leaves from my peonies right outside my window. Here's the old fly leaf of the book. I love the silhouettes here. I think they're quite fun. We have a folio from a 1965 book about flowers. Here we have a flip out, and this is the Holy Cecilia by John William Waterhouse, and he lived by from 1849 to 1917, and this is one of the pre-Raphaelite painters, and that is a flip out, so you can journal on the back of that. And on this side we have another flip out. This is the other fly leaf. We have this CD envelope that I have done some stenciling on with texture paste, and inside it we have this little card with a peony on. Beautiful. That goes in there. Here we have more of the leaves from the blossoms, petals, that's what it's called, petals from my peonies, and also some rusty details. This is an invoice from 1927, and more of the doily. Here we have extended the tea-dyed paper with a this is what's it called, stationery that has been sewn on, and that comes from Nancy at Wishes and Weeds, and I just clipped in this lovely photo of the bride. Lots of journaling space. This is a mountain called Taberg, which is here. Also, that's the place where my husband grew up. So, and they used to mine for iron in there. Yeah, fun place. Here we have the city of Växjö. And all those are from the 1800s. This extension is just a envelope and a piece of book page. As you can see here, the book page flips out. You can hide something behind there. And in the envelope we have, of course, a pocket. And here we have an image of someone. I believe this is Crown Princess Margaret of Sweden and her sister and someone, and it's taken in Egypt, probably in the pyramids, Giza. Here we have a theater in Gothenburg. Sorry, just had to get some coffee. And a street in Gothenburg called Stigbergsliden. Beautiful. And I believe that is the church, Masthugget Church. We have book page, and here I have I believe that is some wrapping paper or packing paper, and I extended it with a French invitation to something from 1968 to a salon d'eté, summer salon. This is a folio from a book from 1904 where you can choose houses, homes and floor plans, and I think that is the Fox Lake is the floor plan, this one, and this is the Essex. Beautiful house. Here we have another ledger that flips out and flips down, so extra journaling space. This is a photo from a book about a very famous Swedish photographer, Matilda Ranch, and that's her two sisters. And this sister, I think she became 13 before she died, so it's quite sad, but she was really famous. And I love that photo. You can journal on the back. And here's the floor plan of the Riverview, a bit bigger house. And we have the Glen Flora. That one is fancy. I would love to live in that house. Here we have, as you can see, there's a tab, which means you can pull it out. And all that extra journaling space. A small bit of stamping down there. And even more journaling space. So good. Here we have a little pocket that is made out of a German book page, and we have a photo negative and some Tim Holtz stuff on it. And here we have a little journaling card inside, made out of rusted card and some stamping and a label and a photo from a book. This is Stockholm. Says there, and also Stockholm, a park, Kungsträdgården. Tea-dyed paper, and this is Karlstad with a winter bridge, and Värmland. I love those images, they are really great. You can also cover them up and journal if you like, or put pictures on top of them. More tea-dyed paper. Here is a page from a magazine I got, bound together a whole year, and it's actually also in landscape. And this is another fussy cut from the book about fashion, and it's also the 18th century. And it's a label, and that page comes from 1903. Here we have something that I think is really fun. It's a big envelope that I hinged to something else. Probably another envelope. And inside it is a photo, a French photo from a communion. And it's got the glassine here. So this is something you can use in your journaling. That suits quite well in there, and you can journal on top of the envelope as well if you don't want to decorate it. We have some braille paper in lovely pink, and some botanical page in the center, and the back envelope. This I'm going to do more times because it's really nice to be able to use the big envelopes. And inside here is a lovely photo of a boat. And you can journal on the back. This is backed on genuine page from a photo album, a vintage photo album. So it's nice and sturdy. We have the back of the magazine from 1904. Here I have put a little collage with some book page, a bird, and a stamp. We have another flip with these lovely girls. You can journal on the back of them as well. And this is a sulfur. Yeah, they made sulfur here. That's interesting. And on the back we have a well. It's a you had the tradition to go to a, it's not called a well. You drink the water, a resort, and you drink the water, and it has lots of minerals in it, and you get better when you're sick. Really popular in the 1800s and early 1900s, and this is one of them in Sweden. Beautiful. So that's it. That's the lady in red. She is all done and finished and ready to go off to her new home. I will put her up in my Etsy shop, so when you see this, she will be available. And if you are in the USA and purchase, I will do my best to make sure you don't get the new tariffs. But if you want to wait, it's all up to you. So that's it for today. I hope you enjoyed this flip through and enjoyed watching this journal. If you did, give it a thumbs up. Let me know down below what you think of the lady in red. And I will be back really soon with another video. Bye for now.